And so here's part two. So I had Dylan. They removed the Achilles heel donor tendon, but then they had to go back in, remove 2 inches of bone in my arm, and then fuse the rest together at a 90-degree angle. So I had external pins that came out about this far. They were connected with carbon rods. That stayed in for a few months, and then they took them out, and my arm was fused, and that was the last of the surgeries for a while until I had to have. We moved to Texas in 2010, but in 2020, I had my first wrist surgery because having your arm fused like that does damage to your shoulder and your wrist. And my wrist, the arthritis attacked it because it was weak, and then it kind of caved in on itself. So they tried putting internal plate and screws in, but my body rejected them, took them out. Then they did the external screws like they did with my elbow. My body rejected those, but they had to keep them in at that point until it was safe to take them out. So they did, but then it kept getting infected, and they did 9 surgeries just going in to clean it out and all that. And then one of the last surgeries was my hand. He went in to clean it out, and then he came to me and said, okay, it's time for the amputation, because we had discussed it before. I had discussed it years ago, and with this surgeon, and he's like, the osteomyelitis has spread to your hand bones and your finger bones, so we have to amputate. At that point, I also had lost use of my fingers completely because my tendons had lost blood supply because of all the infection and everything. So my tendons had turned into a gum-like substance, he said. And I was not able to lift my fingers on my own or anything. So they did the amputation, and I woke up, thought I was okay. I did good for the first few days. I left the hospital. Instead of staying the 14 days, I only stayed 4. But then the depression has been really bad, and I'm still struggling with the depression to this day. I don't like not being independent anymore. I don't like not being able to do anything. I can only do jigsaw puzzles to keep my mind occupied, but I've run out of those. I've been trying to find more rainbow jigsaw puzzles to do. It's impossible to find any I can afford. So I just keep redoing the 3 that I have, because I love rainbow themed anything. If anybody knows me, they'll tell you I'm obsessed with rainbow themed things. I make a lot of rainbow themed resin items, for sure, when I do my examples. But jigsaw puzzles are about all I can do nowadays. So, if anybody knows where to find some rainbow jigsaw puzzles, let me know. Because if they're cheap enough, I'll get some, because I'm running out of stuff to do. But thank you for listening, and I'll do another video soon, and I might do a resin tutorial soon as well. There's a couple things that I can make on my own or with little assistance, and I'll show you how to do them. So thank you again. Hit subscribe, share, like. I appreciate it. See you soon.